What's up, companions? So, here we are. It's already the finale. I'm kind of bummed about that. I expected it'll be another good episode, but yeah, I'm just a little bummed to already be at the finale. It's been a really good season, though. It's been a really good season. But I will say, first off, that I did go out and do something this week that I think you guys might enjoy, which is I went out and got a little present for myself. It's such a hard. I'll just have to put a picture of it up on the screen to show you guys. It's like just a really weird spot to show, but it's been even more fun than the first two seasons were. I've just really enjoyed it. On that note, I don't know, we'll see. I might have to take like a week off, give myself a little bit of decompression time, but I am hoping to start The Expanse soon. I know I've said that before and then not followed through. So I'm really hoping that I mean it this time. I'm not, my, let's call it my editing fatigue hasn't quite hit its peak yet, I don't feel like. I'm having fun talking to you guys. So if I start The Expanse and some of you guys come along for the ride and, I feel like enough people are watching the videos to make it worth my time, then I guess we're doing The Expanse next. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there for The Expanse. But yeah, I hear really great things about that show. It's definitely the most requested show I've seen in the comments here on this channel. So those of you that have been requesting it, you've been heard.
I love democracy.
Otherwise, I would expect, based on where we are in the storylines this week, that this week is going to be the Chaindar, the Golden Bowl, and therefore the breaking of the Aiel. I'm assuming that's what's going to be this week. So the show isn't ending in exactly where I thought it was going to end. I kind of thought we might get to Tyr at the end of this season, but that would have been even more rushed than what we've already seen, which I would say is usually most book readers' biggest complaint with the show, is that it's too rushed. But again, we've talked about this plenty of times on this channel. I understand why it's moving at the pace that it's moving at. And, I'm just excited to see what else they give us this week. There's got to be something that's going to catch me really off guard. I've definitely got a little bit of allergies or something going on, so my nose is kind of blocked up if my voice sounds a little weird. But we're going to go right through it. It's Friday. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be able to edit this. I'll probably end up editing it on Saturday. But let's go ahead, guys. Let's do it. I'm ready to just watch the episode and get caught up. It's been a blast talking to you guys this season, and yeah, let's do it. 10 years ago.
Who stands for Elida to Avrinia Royhan?
Siuan Sanche.
Ooh.
The vote is concluded. Our sisters have spoken. She who is raised to the seat, she who is no longer of one Aja but all, Siuan Sanche.
Interesting. I mean, that scene kind of implies that the politics of the tower that we're familiar with have changed pretty heavily.
I read you were one of the greatest generals in the Age of Legends.
I was a visionary, a pioneer. In my time, there were no armies, hadn't been for centuries. I discovered the art of war again.
How did you get that scar?
They're just playing the highlights, huh?
There and tell him one.
Would no one heal it for you?
I don't want it healed. I want him to see it when I kill him.
I will bury you here, to rot for another 1,000 years. And by the time songs are written about the last battle, no one will remember who you are.
Interesting.
If it actually creates bailfire. Neither of you found Ispan yet.
That's the
We assumed
bailfire
you
rod,
killed
huh?
her. I paid him for it.
Did he say where he gotten it?
Oh, it wasn't my place to ask, mistress.
I don't believe I've ever asked your name.
Mistress has been very busy.
Oh my god.
So she told you? I knew she would. Rand, I was doing her a favor, making her stronger.
What happened to the woman you were? A woman who wanted to find the power for everyone to share, to make this world a better place. Or do you want all that power for yourself?
Why can't it be both? Stop making it seem like life is so simple, like we're one thing or the other.
Who's Theron? He left you for the same reasons I am. Because you're jealous. And petty. And just cruel.
You don't mean that.
I finally see the real you. You're a monster, Lanfear.
Oh my god.
I'm calling in the debt you owe me, Melintra.
That's
Thought
why
you
I
didn't
do
wanna get
Melintra's
wrapped up in
name.
this, old man.
Well, I have this thing about watching kids die. Try to stop it if I can.
Whatever happened to Elaine and I?
He
The woman
does.
who
He
did it
really
is
does.
forsaken.
What I want is to figure out how to kill another of the chosen. So yes, you can help me. Shall we play?
It's like you said, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now. I think it's today.
Oh my gosh. I mean, everything that I think is about to happen, happening at the same time is...
Mother. 8 Red Sisters have just left the tower with no word as to why. 8.
Are you laughing at me?
I wouldn't dare. I remember when you were little. You took apart every clock in the palace to see how they worked.
Did I? How old?
Barely high as my knee. We're nearly free. Queen was too proud to punish you.
I'm sorry, I wish I could remember you better. When did you leave Camelin?
You would have been about 5.
So you left just before Lord Gabriel arrived?
Who?
My mother's consort.
I would know if this Gabriel was a consort.
Hard to keep track, really. Morgaze has always been a whore.
Ooh! So Bailfire looks a lot like Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
I've seen that arch before. Matt, wait!
Oh my god. Holy crap. That was so good how they weren't there and then they were there.
A very long time.
Oh my god.
Where am I? Nynaeve de Kassein Gemari Selvin. What is your need?
Oh my gosh.
Like it, I love it. I love this cornbread so much, I want to take it behind a middle school and get it pregnant.
Pregnant cornbread.
I wonder if Nynaeve has her ability that she has in the books.
I'll distract her. You run. You get out of the palace.
I will not let you die for
I made a promise to your mother a long time ago. And I keep you safe.
Who are you, Tom?
After this, you go back to Andor. This Lord Gabriel. Trust me, he doesn't exist. You run. Run now.
No. No.
Hey!
This makes bailfire. I could be one of the chosen with a weapon like this.
No, it ain't!
Let's.
Cold-blooded, Elaine.
What is your need, Matrim Cawthon?
How do you know my name?
Speak.
The weird shoes.
Ralph the tree.
What are you?
I am Eelfinn. Speak of your need.
Eelfinn. What I need is to stop getting bollocks about by every bloody magical force on this bloody planet! I'm sick of this one power!
There are memories racing through your mind. They are not yours. We can take them.
You can fix me.
Speak your last need.
What have you done? What have you just done? My last need is I need to get the fuck out of here! Now!
Wise to ask leave-taking. Unwise to set no price.
I saw what he's hanging from. To die and live again.
You wanted to kiss me. There are easier ways. The screams are gone.
Then I see what's around his neck.
I can't remember.
Don't feel sorry for me, Nynaeve. As the old saying goes, adversity breeds strength. Isn't that what happened to you?
I do find the relationships they've
parents
built
died?
into the show that don't exist in the books to be interesting.
But look at me now. Look at me now.
She's gonna toss her in the water with the chain wrapped around her, isn't she? Another one of those moments of different but similar.
I'm here. Everything's gonna be all right.
I can't decide whether I want to say Aphrodite or Moses. All right. So is that it? Not like that wasn't awesome. I mean, like, is that Nynaeve breaking her block? Like, can she channel full time now? Because Tanchico is where she figures out how to channel, like, all the time in the books. Also, interesting cut there. I like how they cut to land. Obviously, he knows you're there, Melindra.
Melindra. Why are you coming?
She's got the Kassain painted on her forehead. Seems like a strange thing to do on the way to kill your king.
I swore my dark oaths for Malkier, so the Golden Crane would fly again. You are Malkier.
Okay.
You are the Golden Crane, and I'm Mandragora. Lanfear is here, and she means to kill Rand.
If you break your dark oaths, so was I with you.
Okay, we can talk about that at the end.
The funny thing is, it's been a while since we left the Duras.
I do like them
All
talking
this
to
time,
each other
the only
like
person
equals.
who's always been there, who's never left me, is you. You want what I want. You're the only one who does. Thank you. I'm here because of you. I see that now.
I won't be here forever.
I know, and I won't either, but I want you to stand on my side until then.
What in the light's name is going on?
Siuan Sanche, this hall convened not an hour ago, with 11 seaters, enough to meet Tower Law, and by unanimous vote, as required, deposed you.
You cannot.
I can, and I have. Furthermore, you have been accused of being a
So to be
dark
clear,
friend,
what Elida is doing here is meeting the absolute minimum standards of their government in order to force through the most ridiculous propositions. I'm not getting mad about this for any particular reason or anything, but it's evil when people do this shit. It's evil. Really? No way. Oh, is that just like a new, showier way to do stilling? That was just her extra special artistic stilling.
If I want to be one of the chosen, I need to know my competition.
I love that they've got Moghedien in like a pair of Doc Martens.
You can be one of us.
You're the weak.
I've been thinking what it would be like to go here for such a long time.
God, this woman playing Moghedien is so good. If you'd asked me, who do you think is going to run away with the show, my guess would not have been Moghedien.
So let me work. It's time for you to pick the winning one.
Well, I mean, so much for Simodian, right?
You could stop any of the chosen with Calendar.
Did your little dragon reject you again?
You rejected my help once, and look where that got you. This.
Chiefs,
What an interesting cape they put on
did
him.
not the Dreamwalkers tell you that the Kara Karn had emerged from Ruidian? That he would stand before you, here, at Alcair
Damn, Savannah.
and declare himself.
I am he who comes with the dawn. I am the Kara Karn.
Oh, dang, Joshua. I think Josh has been at the weight. He's been at the weights.
I am your Karkon.
Damn. They're torturing her right there in the hall of the tower?
She comes. The Watcher of the Seals. Flame of Tarvalon. The Amelin Seat.
Or oh no, they just dragged her in here so that Elida could pass judgment on her. Hence the trail of blood behind her. Dressed up like she's a Chinese empress. Very Elida.
Siuan Sanche.
The truth is, I love Moiraine. I have always and will always love her. I would die to protect her.
So this, yeah. This is interesting too. I need to see how this is gonna go.
Oh, the history of the Aiu through my ancestors' eyes! I saw the Age of Legends. I saw when the Aiu were called the Darshan. When you followed the wave, the leaf.
You knew.
Rand, please. Our people cannot face this truth. You will destroy them.
This is what I was born to do.
You must all face who you are!
Oathbreakers!
The only thing we have control over is what we do. So what will you do? Will you stand behind
That looked
this
good.
woman who stands for nothing?
I shall spill out the blood of those who call themselves Aiu as water on sand, and break you as dry twigs. Yet the remnant of a remnant the Karakhan shall save, and they shall live.
Look at how big he looks in this scene. Have they been hiding that he's been working out all season? Because he looks enormous right now.
The light shines through us. That is the truth. You hear my words and know that they are true. If you stay here, you will burn with this tower that you claim to love. But I will never burn, because I am Siuan Sanche, daughter of the river, water itself. And
good
I
speech.
defy you. I defy you, Elida.
You were sentenced, Siuan Sanche, to death.
No way. No way.
You are about to die and you're thinking about the woman who betrayed you. They call me insane.
Okay, so Moiraine's alive and Siuan is dead. Okay.
For the land is one with the dragon reborn, and he is one with the land. Soul of fire, heart of stone. In pride he conquers, forcing the pray that the heart of stone remembers tears, and the soul of fire, love.
Rand! Let go, please!
Wow. That was a really good ending moment. Really good ending moment. Yeah, I really appreciate that hang on. I really appreciate that ending moment there. That was just like from an acting and filmmaking standpoint. Like, you know, they've done the grand, you know, finale ending before. Last season they did the grand finale ending with the giant flaming dragon overhead and every, you know, all the cast standing together. And I like, especially because I understand, you know, the directions these characters are supposed to be moving in. I really like that moment at the end there, because Rand's got he's tens of thousands of people kneeling to him now, and he's, you know, making it rain like he's some sort of god. And and Egwene is clearly a little scared of him in that moment. I would say that's what I clearly saw there. Egwene is a little scared of what she's seeing, you know? I mean, both that Rand is channeling so intensely, and that, you know, how these people are behaving. You know, I think she can see how that might feed into somebody's psyche in a negative way. And that was a nice little allusion to, you know, what have we got to be scared of next season, right? You know, that's what's coming next. Because this was sort of a season of wins for most of our characters. So, what do we lose next season, right? It's always darker before the dawn, right? So, interesting. Now, I will say again, this kind of seems like a waste of Samael. This seems pretty much equally wasteful to having killed Samael in the first encounter. The only difference is that you got to give Moiraine kind of a hard-ass scene, you know, in a way that kind of slightly doesn't make sense, because arguably Moiraine might not be strong enough to hold a shield on Samael. It's someone else who does it to him in the books. Let's put it that way. Someone who calls... Well, and it's not him either. So it's a different, less, you know, powerful one of the male Forsaken than Samael. But yeah, this whole like, oh, you can't kill the Forsaken in a normal way has obviously made them take some interesting, you know, turns. Like the Forsaken don't even totally know how to kill each other. Seems like getting all the blood out of the body might do it. Maybe that's what it is. That looks like that's how Moghedien killed Samael, by removing all the blood from his body, I guess. Maybe if there's any blood left in the body, they can regenerate themselves. I don't know. Because again, none of that's in the books. So I'm puzzling through it the same as anybody else. I really thought we were going to lose. No, I can't say who I thought we were going to lose. I guess I can, because it's different now. So it's proven that even if I say it, I thought we were going to lose Moiraine there. The fact that we lost Siuan is mind-boggling. Let's just say Siuan does not die there in the books. There are some major events that I was expecting were about to happen that did not happen. And now one has to ask whether they're not going to happen at all, or whether that's going to fall into the next season. Because it kind of could be either with what just happened. That's wild. Give me a second to get my thoughts together. Yeah, if you're confused by what happened there in the tower, basically, you know, that whole the Reds leaving the tower thing was just apparently a ruse to get all the most trusted sitters of Siuan out of the tower so that they could hold like a midnight, you know, session of the tower with the lowest possible number of people that could still make it legally binding according to tower law in order to depose Siuan. And they, you know, worked all that out behind the scenes beforehand. So yeah, it's the, you know, the slimiest of slimy politics. But, you know, there are some people that seem to think that as long as you can force it to fit some twisted format of what you're claiming the rules are, then it's fine. And that absolutely works in real life, so why wouldn't it work in fantasy? Oh, man. Siuan's dead. Alright. Okay, I'm going to have to get over that. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Siuan's dead. Moiraine is not. Mat went through the door. I liked the Eelfinn. That was really interesting. That was even more foxy, let's say, than my imagination ever made them. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it, like, as soon as I'm done with this. Like, right all over again, because that was super cool. and I just did not see it coming. It was literally, I mean, they made sure I couldn't see it coming. He literally went around a corner and just, whoop, I'm through the door. That was great. And so, yeah, obviously, I noticed what's around his neck. I noticed what he was hanging from. Yeah. They did scare me. I thought they were going to kill Tom for a second, too. I was like, you are not going to give me back Tom Maryland for half of an episode. That is not how this is going to go. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Elaine, absolutely cold-blooded with the, I think they call it the flute terangrial in the books. The glass flute or something like that. And it makes bailfire. So, bailfire, we've seen it now. I feel like I can just explain what it is because they've said the name. They didn't super explain it. They kind of showed it. But bailfire is basically a format of fire so hot that you burn the person, you burn them out of the pattern. So however much power you put into the bailfire you're using on that person, you actually make their last few actions cease to exist. So if you hit somebody with a bunch of bailfire, you can wipe out what they did for the last few days. But all the things, all the people that were around when they did those things will still have those memories. It doesn't wipe out the memories of what happened. It just wipes out the physical actions themselves. So bailfire is actually something that Aes Sedai are forbidden to use. What Elaine just did there is explicitly forbidden in Towered Law, using bailfire. Because it is dangerous to the pattern itself. So they started using bailfire during the War of Power, which is, you know, right when the Dark One, the bore into the Dark One's prison was drilled, and the original Forsaken and all that. That's the War of Power, right? And they started using bailfire in that war, and they were wiping out whole cities with bailfire. But when you wipe out everyone in a city with bailfire strong enough to wipe out a city, that means you're erasing their actions for like weeks, maybe months backwards. But people still think those actions happened because they can remember them, right? It literally screws up the flow of time. It breaks down the pattern. So it got to a point to where pretty much existence started to come apart. So both sides, the Dark One's side and the light side, both agreed to stop using bailfire. That's how scary bailfire is. Like, the Forsaken don't like to use bailfire because it scares them. Bailfire scares the Forsaken. So yeah, because you can break the pattern with it. You can make existence cease to make sense, and then reality comes apart. Like, if you use too much bailfire. So it makes sense why they're scared of it, because they were all there when reality almost came apart. Can I explain to you what it looks like when reality almost comes apart? No, I cannot. Maybe that's what those fire clouds were when we saw that little glimpse of the War of Power in the other episode when the Aiel are fleeing that city and you can see them, you know, like fire clouds in the distance. Who knows? Maybe that's reality coming apart. I mean, it could be. It could be. That's as much. That's as good a guess as anything else. I haven't heard many guesses on what that is yet, but it could be. Whew. Yeah, so that's bailfire. So when you saw Elaine, she hit that woman with bailfire. She basically came apart. She atomized, right? And then you saw her standing where you saw that like flash image of her standing where she was standing previously, and then that damage to the ceiling healed itself because the damage she had just done was no longer there because her actions had been erased. Bailfire is freaky, okay? It's another one of those like sci-fi-y elements that Robert Jordan worked into this, where you're dealing in things that fantasy wouldn't normally deal in. You know, you're dealing with like physics and like what happens when physics doesn't work right. It's just really interesting concepts. I really need them to take one note with the Aiel thing, all right? I can take it if if the Shido wear darker colors than everybody else. If that's how we've got to do it, the bad guy Aiel are going to wear darker colors than everybody else. If that's how we have to do it, then that's how we have to do it. But I cannot have all the Aiel who go with the Shido just so happen to be wearing black. That is not how this can go. Costumers, please. The Aiel cannot split along fashion lines. That would just, it's just a little too convenient. And on that note, that reminds me to talk about Melindra. So, the Oaths to the Dark One. My understanding, and again, if anyone knows better than me, as many of you clearly do, you have corrected me many times in the comments, and I'm not mad about it, because, if you're right and I'm wrong, what have I got to be mad about? You told me the right answer, and I'll know it going forward. But my understanding of the Dark One Oaths is that they are real, right? They are real. They're something you actually do physically. Sometimes they're going to involve like ceremonies or an action that you have to carry out or something, but it seems like that's almost left up to whoever's bringing you into the Dark Friend family, let's call it. Because from what I've read and understood of how Dark Friends function, if you've got like a high-ranking Dark Friend, that they can tell lower-ranking Dark Friends, what to do, right? But the ultimate orders are always, coming from somewhere up top. But a lot of, bringing Dark Friends in is done on the, the street level, right? So it seems kind of different how different people are brought in. I've never seen anything about like an exact ceremony that needs to be done or anything like that, but I know for a fact that there are like people who only recruit children as Dark Friends and stuff like that, like, and homeless Dark Friends and Dark Friends at the highest, kings and queens who are Dark Friends. Like, anybody could be a Dark Friend. And the oaths are very real, and Dark Friends are afraid of breaking their oaths. But Dark Friends in the books, in my experience, are afraid of breaking their oaths because it's more of like a mob thing. Like, if you don't do what you're told to do in the Dark Friends, then some other Dark Friend might get told to come teach you a lesson. Or kill you, or whatever. Like, if you don't listen to your oaths, you might get murdered. You might get... But there's no soul-sucking cyanide capsule involved in the books. It's not like, hey, I'm a Dark Friend and I've decided to break my oaths, so I'm going to fall over dead now. It's just not like that. And we have examples, because there are both people who are... Let's just say there are people who break their oaths, who are Dark Friends, in the books, and they do not immediately fall over dead. That's really all I have to say. I don't even have to give the specific examples, so that way I'm not ruining anything for anyone who hasn't read the books yet. I can just say that there are Dark Friends who explicitly break their oaths, and they do not fall over dead immediately. There are also other Dark Friends that we see get pushed to do things over long periods of time in the books. And there's always there's either another Dark Friend who's bringing the messages saying you need to do this, or more often, there's a Fade, a Mirjal, because again, Fades can travel through shadows. So, if you're ever anywhere that has shadows, you are within reach of a Fade. And most people aren't necessarily going to be super afraid of that because they have no connection to the Dark One, right? But if you're a Dark Friend who has broken your oaths, then yes, you are always in danger anytime you're in the dark, essentially. Because a Fade could show up for you. Shadow Spawn could show up for you. Another Dark Friend could come for you, even if you always stay in the light. So yeah, it's It's more of like a fear because, you know, the mob's going to get you if you don't, sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm not mad or anything about that. It is what it is. It's kind of a... I wouldn't call it a minor change. I'd call it a borderline major change based on book knowledge that I have. And unfortunately, I can't get more specific than that. But, yeah. It's kind of a major change. But we'll get to that if we get to that, I suppose. Because the things that it matters in a major way for, let's just say they don't officially come up until deep into the books. So we've got a couple of seasons before that's going to be any kind of issue. And if we get another couple seasons of this show, I'm sure they can work it out. Are there any other specific things I wanted to talk about in this episode? I love that Tom and Matt are already building a relationship. That's great. Very similar to the books, too. I like that Elaine knows that Gabriel is not who she thinks he is anymore. Again, it might be a little convenient to just have Tom be like, that's a Forsaken, but we got to get there. And Tom knows that this guy hasn't been around for, 10 years or whatever. So it's easy enough for him to put that together because, again, Tom is a very smart guy. Like, you have no idea how smart Tom is. He's not just some drunk, wandering gleeman. I mean, he kind of is, but he also isn't. Ooh, channeling Nynaeve. I think Nynaeve broke her block in that, which means people who've been waiting for it, friends, we might have fully channeling Nynaeve now. So Nynaeve's about to get a lot more badass. Not that she ever wasn't badass. She's always been badass. But Nynaeve at full power is... she bad. Oh, she bad. And again, the chick playing... The woman who plays Moghedien, just fantastic. I mean, never, ever a part that I would have thought had any shot at running away with being like the most interesting character on the show. But the way she plays the character, and I'm not even saying it's like the writing or anything necessarily, it's just the way this woman has chosen to portray this character is wild in the most interesting ways. So yeah, loving it. Loving this Moghedien dominated show. Weirdly. Otherwise, I guess I just gotta say I'm sad this is it for the season. Oh man, who knows how long it's gonna be before we get our next season, guys. I am deeply unhappy about that. It's a damn shame. If you're still watching and you happen to be somebody who goes to Wheel of Time Con in Columbus, let me know. Let a guy know. He's thinking about going. Columbus is not that far from me. So I think I might go. It's not too far in the future till WatCon. So if I'd see you there, let me know. Otherwise, if you're one of the people who's been asking about The Expanse, like I said, I think I might. I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling it this time. I know I said this before. I know I didn't follow through before. This time I'm really feeling it. So I think we might start The Expanse. If not next week, then maybe in 2 weeks. Right? How's that? Is that an okay? If we can't do Wheel of Time together, can we at least do something together? Call it The Expanse. And again, The Expanse is one of those shows that I've heard is really good. I've just never had a chance to watch it. Yeah. I'm just deeply unhappy that there's not going to be a Wheel of Time next week. Oh, man. Things are going to get so heavy next season. Like, oh. There has to be a next season.
Please tell your friends about this show.
Somebody said in my comments that they think that it's taking so long for them to announce the next season just because they're trying to decide if they're going to announce 1 season or 2 seasons. And that would be really good. If they announce 2 seasons, guys, I'll throw a party. I'll get another tattoo. Yeah. You guys let me know if they announce another season. When they do. We can all talk about it. I've had a blast this season. I've said it a few times now, but you guys have been so much fun talking to, shooting through the rumors and stuff. Like I said, I do a really bad job of keeping up with the show in the off season because I don't like watching behind the scenes stuff and all that. It hurts my immersion, and I like to maintain my immersion as much as possible. So I'm not a great guy for off-season rumors, but again, The Expanse, and obviously I will be here for the next season of Wheel of Time. And with that, I suppose we are wrapping up season 3. It's fantastic to have you guys here. Thank you for watching the season with me, and I'll see you next time, or I'll see you for The Expanse. Otherwise, next time, companions.